Greetings, hello, welcome on in Unoptimized Fool from the closet. Again, 11.2 is out, but let's start getting into the details of each of the systems, right? So, as you guys know, each new tier, we get a new raid. So let's talk about the raid today, shall we? I love raiding. Do I suck at it? Absolutely. Okay, now let's talk about it. Okay, so this new raid is obviously going to be on Koresh, right? Obviously the theme of, the general area of the new patch. It's going to be called Manaforge Omega. Now I have a little notebook here talking about all the details. I'm not just going to remember all this stuff. You kidding me? I'm not a bot. Okay, these videos are meant to be organic and no cuts, no edits. Okay, the only edits are going to be on the green screen here. Okay, that's the only changes that we do. Okay, there's nothing too fancy about this system. Okay, so hang tight. So Manaforge Omega, right? It's meant to be a factory that harvests energy for the planet, right? Obviously there's a lot of energy involved with this planet, and now this factory has been built to harvest said energy. Now again, the enemies in this dungeon, in this raid, excuse me, what am I saying, are the Shadow Guard Ethereals, okay? Now they are the bad boys, okay? These are the Ethereals that want Dimensias back. For some reason, they're like, hey, you're that guy that destroyed us and just consumed our planet? Yeah, let's bring that guy back. Obviously, it has to probably, they're probably being tricked by Zalatath with their toes, probably. So that's probably what's happening, like Gallywix and everyone else. But they're called, again, this is a quote from the article, an army of ethereals still being wrapped. All right, so they're, again, the ethereals, that the form that we see now is not their first form. Obviously, they got corrupted. They're kind of formless, and they have to be wrapped with these bandages, which we're actually seeing a lot more appearances for these guys here soon. Now, we also see inside the raid, some bosses, a creature they are harvesting the silk from. So obviously these bandages have to come from somewhere. Again, this raid is going to help us learn ethereal lore and kind of dive through there. So obviously those bandages have to be made by something. It's probably something that was eventually, well, before, was on Koresh naturally. So they probably captured one and was like, hey, you're going to be making silk for us for a long time. All right, I feel bad for that creature. They also have a council of demon hunters, which I'm actually going to have a dedicated video towards, because there's some speculation, and we're definitely going to talk about that, but that's going to be for later, of course. And of course, the end boss is going to be the Void Dimensius. I almost forgot his name. It's going to be a cosmic battle against Dimensius. Now, they talked about size. Now, size does matter here in the closet. Now, obviously, we've had some large bosses before. We had N'Zoth, was kind of a big boy. We had Sargeras, right? This is going to be the biggest boss in World of Warcraft history. Now, you're probably wondering, well, how big? Well, they compared their size. They had to compare the size to a city. Okay, that's how big this thing is. You know Stormwind City? This thing is bigger than Stormwind City. Okay, take the whole city of Stormwind. Imagine your eyes. Horde players, just imagine, the enemy state, right? And imagine the Dimensius just standing over it. It's crazy how large this guy is. It's going to be up on the screen here, but this guy is huge, okay? The largest enemy that we have ever fought. So this is definitely going to be on the cosmic level. Now, of course, they talked about a little bit of mechanics, right? Nothing too crazy here. And again, I also have a dedicated video coming out for the tier sets, kind of rating them, and also the big change that's coming to tier sets, which is actually pretty cool. Now, the mechanics, the first boss is a warden that oversees the pipes, because all this energy flows through the pipes, and obviously this warden's like, hey, are you energy? I'm going to harvest you. And obviously, if something that comes in that's not energy, he crushes, aka us. Obviously, we win, hopefully. And then, of course, will go in and out of energy forms to survive. So that's like a new mechanic. Again, just talking about mechanics wise, again, eventually we're going to have these add-on purge, right? Again, we're not going to see that until the start of pre-patch of midnight, so don't worry about anything now. But we got some new mechanics here. Again, this is just a preview of the raid. Again, Manaforge Omega. Okay, this is going to be a big one. It looks pretty awesome. It's like a factory. It's not a stereotypical castle on the top of a hill that we have to charge into. It's just like, hey, invade this factory. They're trying to take all this energy and reform Dimensius, and eventually we'll be fighting Dimensius too. And there's also in the raid an optional boss, so that technically you don't need to kill them to kill Dimensius. So it's interesting to see how that's going to fold out. Obviously you'll still need to get the loot for them, and obviously I think achievements are still counting for that. But yeah, this video is just dedicated to talk about the raid. Now obviously details will come out further and further as we go, and I'll definitely do some more updated videos too. Or if it's a small update, I'll just make a post about it and then send it your way. But guys, thanks for listening. Again, I have more content coming up. Again, the next video is going to be talking about the upgradable artifact, okay? So definitely check out that one. Again, we're going to be diving into this pretty hard. Again, each video is going to handle just one topic. We're not going to do an overall video. Obviously, the weekly video is going to have all this content, so definitely look forward to that. But guys, thanks for listening. What do you guys think about this raid? I'm excited. I love the feat theme. It's a nice factory. Hopefully, with the midnight, we're going to see a lot of void theme. So hopefully this will give us a little sneak peek on what we can expect from midnight. But Unoptimized Fool from the closet. I'll see you guys next time.